Hello everyone, Phantom Queen here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing something a bit different. Today we are doing a tutorial. It's for a sugarcane farm. I'm doing this because, well, it's something I want to do. I use this design myself quite often when I play Minecraft and I make a sugarcane farm. And what you need is 16 sugarcane, 16 mud, 12 glass, 2 buckets of water. You need 4 different lights of any kind as long as they are block. So you can use glowstone, shroom lights, the frog lights, sea lanterns, whatever. You can use whatever as long as it's a block of light. I am using the frog lights because I think they are pretty. You need 16 redstone dust, 16 pistons, 4 absorbers, excuse me, 18 hoppers, and 8 chests. You also need blocks for the outside of the build, but I didn't count when I placed the blocks down, so. But just gather whatever kind of blocks you want. I'm using spruce and mud blocks just because they look pretty. So to start off, we're going to work on finding the center of this little bit. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get to the thing, to the chest. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you dig that out. Then you put the block you want to line your sugarcane farm with. It's okay if you don't do this part. You don't need to. There's nothing saying you need to do this part. But you just put the chest down in the little hole we just dug out, and then you connect 2 hoppers to them. On top of those 2 hoppers, you place two double chests on top of them, like that. Now I'm just gonna go around and put the mud bricks that is on top of them so they're safe. Next, we do the hoppers. The hoppers for the sugarcane, that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should take up 8 hoppers. If you want to make this longer, you totally can. This design can be expanded to go on for however long you want. Just keep in mind the amount of hoppers you have to use and how long the travel time will take for the hoppers. After that, you want to put the mud on top of the hoppers, like so. That is us done with the chests, the hoppers, and the mud. Next up, you want to put a block right next to each of the chests, like so. Then you want to go to the other side and do the same. You will see why in a minute. Next, you want to fill in the bottom like this. This is so the water does not stream underneath it and it's easier to make infinite water sources. You come to the side and you build up 1. So it's like this. You build out to the side 1 block and then place another block on it. You do that all the way up into the spruce logs. And then you put another spruce log on top. Sorry if this tutorial is all over the place. It is my very first tutorial and I'm not the best at explaining things when I'm doing them. Okay, that is this part done. Next part is the water. You want to place a water source every other block until you're at the end-ish. And then you just place another one right there. So see? The reason why I said you needed 2 of the water buckets is because when you put one bucket down, skip a block, and then put another bucket down, it should create an infinite water source. If you don't have an infinite water source, then you might want to double check that you did it correctly. Next, we're going to want to build up this wood one more time. You do this, you just cover everything besides the mud and the spruce logs up in another layer of planks or whatever you are using at this time. That should cover the water up, and it gives you room to place down your pistons. See? You just put the pistons down, then once again you build up the spruce, so there's place to put redstone. Just putting that there. Keep in mind you will have to go out one more block, just so if you want to hide all the redstone you're doing. Next, we're going to take absorbers. No, one sec. And you're going to put them like that on each side on top of the piston at the very end of the line. So you should have one at the start and one at the end. Do not use pistons all over absorbers. Do not use absorbers all over the pistons. That's just a waste of absorbers. You will see why in a minute. Now do the same for the other side. And then you can cover the pistons. I'm sorry, this tutorial is not professional at all. But you can cover them up with whatever you want. Whatever you're building with, you can cover it up. Next, you want to move this stuff up 2 more blocks, so it's a block above the piston. Like a block above the absorbers, I'm sorry. This is after you put the redstone down, by the way. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. Like I said, this is my first tutorial. I'm trying my best. But I have very much ADHD and whatnot, so it's a bit hard for me to keep my train of thought. I'm surprised I've managed to keep it this long. So you want it to look like this when you are done. Next, you're going to take the sugar cane and you're going to place it down like this. You will see why we're using the mud blocks in a minute. I don't think a lot of people know about this, but if you do, then congrats. You know more than I did until a friend mentioned it to me. Now you're going to put lights above the sugar cane in the roof, just so the light helps the sugar cane grow just a bit faster. Then you're going to come out to the sides and build walls up. You're going to do this so it covers the redstone you did and makes it look nice. You're going to keep doing this until all the redstone is covered up. When it's done, you can decorate it however you want. I'm going to be doing stairs on the top and bottom when I'm done, because it looked good in the first try I did, so why fix something that's not broken? Like I said, just continue this until all the redstone is covered. Sorry if I'm going fast for you guys. I just realized that I might have been going a bit fast. Next, you're going to come out here and place a glass block right next to the piston and go down 2. That way you have a glass wall that shows only the sugar cane up to the piston. Then you're going to go to the other side and do the same there. Okay, see? Now I will show you why you only want to do why this works so well. Some of you might be screaming at the computer right now saying that the hoppers won't work to pick up the sugarcane. Let me prove you wrong. Let me just And now sugarcane, voila. The reason this works is because the mud blocks are not full blocks. There's a tiny bit of space in between them, like soul sand. This means that the hoppers can walk to pick stuff up from from on them. So if you want to use it in a bamboo form and a sugarcane form, it will work. It will totally work if you want to use it that way. Right now, I'm just going around and I'm prettying up my sugarcane form. I always like to make my sugarcane forms look pretty because it's something that I have to look at. And I deserve to have nice looking things, don't I? I think I do. So do what you want to do. Make your sugarcane form look pretty as you can make it. Add detail, add depth. Just don't mess with the redstone that is inside. And ta-da! That's the sugarcane form finished. Now let's go see how much we got over here while we were building that. 1. Of course. Downside for the sugarcane form. Well, it saves on resources with with the absorbers. The absorbers only work when the sugarcane kind of grows up in front of the pistons. If you put a sugarcane right there, it won't grow. Put it right there, it'll grow. Not to mention, the sides aren't connected, so if one goes, then the other doesn't. I'm sure there's a way to fix this, but I figured I would show you all a cheap and pretty relatively easy sugarcane form to do. Now, you might take one look at the hopper requirement and go, easy? You have like 18 hoppers. Do you know how much iron that takes? Yes, I am. Yes, I am aware. I know it takes a lot of iron, but if you have a relatively good iron form, or if you have Fortune 3, then the iron should not be too bad. It should not be too bad of a resource drain. This wandering trader has been here the entire time. But anyways, that is how to build a simple sugarcane form. I hope you have all learned something from this. I hope you have decided, hey, this sugarcane form is awesome. I'm going to use it from now on. If not, don't worry. I know there are better ones out there. This is just a cheap, simple, easy sugarcane form that does not require a lot of redstone, and it looks pretty good too. Adios, amigos. Phantom Queen, over and out.